Yo guys, it's your friend here, bringing you another awesome Naruto what if tale. Which is, without wasting your time, let's start the fanfic. What if Naruto became the villain of his own story? Walking down the street, a teenage boy with unruly blonde spiky hair, 6 whisker marks, 3 on each cheek, tan skin and cerulean eyes. He wore black pants, black combat boots, think of black Carhartt boots, a gray tank top, black fingerless driving gloves and a black unzipped jacket that had the sleeves rolled up to his elbows. The blonde teen had a large duffel bag containing items slung over his shoulder and he was whistling a tune as he walked down the street. The blonde boy noticed a man who looked like a high roller, which made him earn a smirk in his head. The blonde walked past the man, but somehow money flew out of the man's pocket and landed straight into the blonde's hand. The blonde brought the money to his face and grinned. "Sucker," the blonde said as he continued to walk as he put the money in his pocket. As the blonde walked down the street, he noticed a wanted poster with a picture of himself on it. It said, "Wanted, Naruto the Blonde Devil, cash reward 10,000 yuan. I guess that stuff with the triads got me noticed, but come on, I'm worth way more than that." The blonde teen, now known as Naruto, said as he took down the poster and ripped it up. He considered it a waste to rip such a handsome face up, especially when it's his, but it's always best to keep a low profile. Besides, all I did was destroy a truck with nobody inside or around the area, so why try and convict me for that? Naruto said, throwing the pieces of paper onto the floor. "You know littering is against the law." Naruto turned around to see a skinny dude with dirty black hair, wearing baggy pants and an open vest. "Yao, what's up?" Naruto said, acting cool. "You stole from us," Yao said, not at all happy to see the blonde outlaw. "I figured you guys wouldn't mind me covering the finder's fee, considering I did most of the work," Naruto said with a cocky smirk as he checked his fingernails for dirt. "You never turn against a triad. Haven't your parents taught you that?" Yao raised his voice. "Not really. I ran away from home at a young age," Naruto said. "Well, somebody should have taught you that," Yao yelled. "Yao, a little piece of advice. Criminals shouldn't yell out in the open where cops can be at any time. Plus, cover yourself, dude, cause your body is gross," Naruto said, sick of looking at Yao's revealed torso. "Well, here's some advice for you. Never mess with a triad," Yao shouted. "Hey cops, the blonde devil's over here," Yao yelled to the cops at the end of the street. "There he is. It's Naruto," one of the cops yelled. "Hope you like jail," Yao shouted with a huge grin as he turned back to Naruto, only to get a punch in the face, knocking him out cold onto the floor. "Well, this place was nice, but I think I overstayed my welcome," Naruto said as he started to book it and get as far away as possible from the pigs. Naruto made a turn down an alleyway. "We got him now," one of the cops shouted, but as they turned the corner into the alley, all they found was nothing but a dumpster and trash. "Where'd he go?" the other officer asked with major confusion. "Hey pigs." The 2 police officers turned to see Naruto smirking at them while playing with a ring of keys with his index finger. "Looking for me?" Naruto said as he started to run again. "After him," one of the cops yelled, but as they tried to chase the blonde, they both fell down and saw that their legs were cuffed together. "How'd he do that?" the other cop asked. "Suckers," Naruto said as he started running for the docks. As he turned the corner to see cops there as well. "Oh man," Naruto said as he ran the other way. "Map," Naruto said as he opened his duffel bag and something from inside was moving and then a map of the city poked out of it. "Thanks," Naruto said as he grabbed the map. Naruto then opened the map and checked the route of the city to see what path would lead him to the docks. "Okay, so if I go down this route, hold it right there," a cop yelled, running at Naruto only to get a kick in the face from the blonde. "I'll have to take a right. Spread him," another cop yelled, running at Naruto with another cop running at the blonde on the other side, but Naruto just delivered 2 kicks to them, 1 for each. "Which will lead me down a big hill of street that goes straight to the dock." "Sweet," Naruto said as he put the map back in the duffel bag. Thanks Mamoru. Naruto thanked whatever was in the bag that suddenly yipped at him. Naruto increased his speed and turned the corner and saw a wooden wheelbarrow which made him smirk. Naruto jumped on it and rode it downhill as a clerk yelled at him to bring it back. Sorry, you're going to need to buy another one cause I'm not bringing it back. Naruto yelled back as he rode the wheelbarrow downhill. Hey Mamoru, you got to check this out. Naruto said as he opened the duffel bag to reveal a fox kit with a black stripe going down from its neck to the tip of its tail poking his head out. The little fox kit raised its front paws in the air with joy as Naruto laughed like a madman having fun. After having a long fun ride, Naruto held onto the duffel bag in Mamoru and then jumped out of the wheelbarrow before it fell into the ocean. Time to find a ship, Naruto exclaimed as he ran into the docks and found a Future Industries speedboat. Oh yeah, riding with style, Naruto shouted as he jumped into the speedboat. Naruto opened the control box of the boat and hotwired it to turn on. There we go, Naruto said with a grin as the boat started and he sat at the driver's seat. Stop right there, a cop shouted as he and a whole group of police officers with him. Later suckers, Naruto shouted as he drove off from the harbor. Better luck next time, Naruto shouted as he laughed like a madman. So where to now little buddy? Naruto asked his fox kit companion. Mamoru jumped out of the duffel bag with a book in its mouth. Naruto took it and read through it and saw a page that gave him interest. Republic City, a place of beauty, sophistication, blah, 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 but best known for its triad crimes, a place with butts to kick around every corner and new problems and troubles to get into. Sounds like paradise, Naruto shouted as he gave the book back to Mamoru in exchange for a map. Republic City, here comes Naruto the blonde devil, Naruto shouted as he pumped his fist in the air shooting out a giant shot of wind. Mamoru yipped at his friend. Right, careful with the airbending, geez you sound like my mom. Naruto said. Later at night, Naruto was sleeping in the speedboat with his jacket over his torso like a blanket and Mamoru sleeping atop of his head. The boat was parked in the middle of the ocean at night. Suddenly the boat was starting to move slightly. No ladies, I'm sorry, but I'm not really much of a dancer. Naruto mumbled in his sleep. Suddenly the boat was starting to move some more that it woke Mamoru. Ladies, seriously, I don't dance. Naruto said. Suddenly the boat was starting to move rapidly that it finally awakened Naruto. What the heck? Naruto exclaimed as he sat up with Mamoru jumping off of Naruto's head. Who's rocking the boat? That's supposed to be my job. Naruto yelled as he got up. Suddenly the boat stopped, making the two a bit unnerved and on their guard. Okay, this is spooky, Naruto said. Suddenly a giant dark serpent with golden markings on its face looking like it was made of pure energy came out of the water and roared at the two. Did we have a few before going to bed? Naruto asked. Mamoru shook his head for no to his question. Okay, so now we can establish that it's real, Naruto said pointing at the thing. The monster went to strike at them, but Naruto thrust his hands forward and shot a giant shot of wind that hit the serpent and sent it back. Naruto quickly ran to the wheel of the boat and quickly hotwired it and quickly rode off away from the monster, but the creature started chasing after him. Mamoru, map, Naruto shouted as the fox kit dug into the duffel bag and ran out with a map and gave it to Naruto. The closest place is the Southern Water Tribe. Hate the cold, but forget it, I'm heading there. Mamoru, take the wheel, Naruto exclaimed as he got out of the driver's seat and allowed the fox to jump into the seat and take the wheel, and surprisingly the fox was driving it well. Naruto threw the map in the duffel bag and then thrust his palms forward out the back of the speedboat and shot huge blasts of air out of them, giving their boat more speed and getting them away from the monster until they couldn't see it anymore. That's right, you ugly stupid s. But suddenly another giant dark serpent came out of the boat in front of them and roared as it came down on them. After staring at the monster coming down on them for a moment, all Naruto could say was, "Aw man," before the monster hit their boat. At the abandoned festival in the Southern Water Tribe, The annual Glacier Spirits Festival was abandoned from an attack from what was thought to be a dark spirit. Sliding on freshly created ice was a wet Naruto holding a wet Mamoru wrapped in his jacket in one arm, his duffel bag wrapped around his shoulder and his other arm extended with his palm shooting out intense air into the water to quickly create the ice. As he made it to the shore, Naruto jumped onto the land of snow and ice where he starting panting from all the air power he delivered considering he was 100,000 miles from the southern water tribe. "Well, we made it," Naruto said as he held his little shivering friend. "Don't worry buddy, I'm sure we'll find a nice warm place too, okay we'll make a fire," Naruto said as he walked towards the festival and put Mamoru on a shelf of a game booth and then ripped some of the wood off of the booth and stacked it together in a pile. Naruto then dug into his duffel bag and took out a lighter and put the wood on fire. "Okay buddy, let's get you warm," Naruto said as he grabbed Mamoru and sat near the fire making sure the fox kid was warm. "Don't worry little buddy, just take all the time you need and then we'll start stealing and get into trouble again," Naruto said with a smile. "Freeze. My butt's already on it thanks to the snow," Naruto said as a reflex. The blonde looked up to see two guards dressed in Northern Water Tribe guard uniforms. "Aren't you guys supposed to belong in the north?" Naruto asked. "Who are you?" One of the guards demanded answers. "Isn't it usually polite to answer someone else's question before you ask one of your own?" Naruto said acting like a smartass. "Answer me." "Okay fellows here's how this is going to go, I don't answer your question, you guys come at me, I kick snow in your face and then I run which is the cue for you to call back," Naruto said as he grabbed his duffel bag and held both it and Mamoru tightly as he got ready for them. "Get him," the guard yelled. Naruto then quickly added air to his leg and kicked a great amount of snow at the guards, covering them in it, giving the blonde the chance to make a break for it and heading straight for the village. Not here 5 minutes and we wound up getting into trouble. Racked up a new record. Remember to write that down when you're all warmed up Mamoru, Naruto yelled as he used his airbending skills to run as fast as the wind. Naruto made it into the village and hid behind an alley and checked if the coast was clear. He grinned to see that there were no guards around and good thing too as Mamoru got out of his grasp and yawned cutely, and it probably would have given away their position. Naruto grabbed his jacket that was on the floor next to Mamoru, and put it back on himself. Naruto and Mamoru walked out of the alley and saw a big place of residence which made the blonde grin and rub his hands together like a stereotypical villain. "Man, look at that place, I bet there's some cool stuff to loot in there," Naruto said acting like an excited school girl as he started running towards the giant building. Mamoru just sighed as he followed his best friend, hoping he wouldn't get into any major trouble. Ah, who is he kidding? It's Naruto, of course he's going to get into trouble. Inside Unalak's place of residence, Naruto grabbed a vase and started heading out to find a way out, since he already raided the vault and took as much money as his duffel bag and pockets could hold. "This seems like enough," Naruto said with a grin as he looked at his little companion. Suddenly someone bumped into Naruto harshly making the blonde drop to the floor with the vase breaking. "Aw man," Naruto whined as he stood up to see a group of masked men and a tall, built one getting up from the floor, obviously the one who bumped into him, and who was carrying an unconscious man. "Ignoring Mr. Sandman here, what the hell is your problem? You wrecked the vase," Naruto shouted. "Get out of our way," the tall, built one ordered. "Or what?" Naruto said. Suddenly all the masked men surrounded him in their bending poses, which was of course waterbending poses, but Naruto picked his nose with his pinky showing absolutely no fear, but a look of uncaring for the whole situation. "So what, you're all going to dance around me like little girls do at a birthday girl's party making me feel like the happiest little person in the world? Sorry, but that just ain't my thing," Naruto said with a smirk acting like a total smartass again. "Get him," the tall man shouted as everyone sent water at the kid and tried to freeze him in ice, but he somehow disappeared. "Where did he go?" one of the masked men wondered aloud, and his question was answered. Tag. Naruto yelled as he jumped down onto the man and bounced off of him. Naruto then rolled underneath a waterbender's water attack and kicked him in the leg, sending him to the ground. Naruto then proceeded to duck, roll and dodge the enemy waterbender's techniques and was taking them out with regular physical combat. Unalak woke up in time to see the mysterious blonde boy defeating his captors. Who is this boy? Unalak thought as the man carrying him was running away, but after the blonde quickly defeated the last bender, Naruto did a slide kick and knocked the kidnapper off of his feet, sending him and Unalak to the ground. The masked man quickly stood up and sent a powerful water attack towards the boy, but just like with his comrades, the boy dodged his attack and delivered an uppercut to the man's jaw, sending him flying, and as the man landed, Naruto jumped in the air and stomped on the man's body, finally knocking the wind out of him. That was for wrecking my vase, Naruto said as he gave a victorious smirk at the defeated man. Hold it right there. Naruto turned to see a female water tribe girl. He could tell from the color of her skin, with dark brown hair, and wearing winter water tribe clothes. Naruto's eyes widened with shock as he saw the girl running towards him, but then suddenly he was hit in the face by a block of frozen water that was sent straight at him from the girl. Mamoru stared at his best friend being sent flying, but he had a very confused look on his face at the sight of a dazed look and smile on Naruto's face before he landed on the icy ground. Mamoru made his way towards Naruto to see a smile on his face. Mamoru, I think Cupid finally got me, Naruto said with a smile. Mamoru blinked and tilted his head and made a sound that sounded like he said, huh. Avatar Korra, Unalak said his niece's name as he stood up from the ground. Uncle, Korra said as she went up to her uncle. I'm afraid the young man you had just assaulted had saved me before you arrived, Unalak said, patting away the snow from his clothing. Oh, Korra said as she went to help the blonde she hit. I'm so sorry. No, it's all right, you were just trying to save your uncle, Naruto said, patting away the snow from his clothes. Plus, I do look kinda shady, Naruto said. What are you even doing here? Korra asked with a suspicious look on her face and her arms crossed. Funny thing, me and my little friend Mamoru were on our way to the little festival this place had here, but then, as crazy as this sounds, a giant dark serpent beast with yellow glowing eyes had destroyed our boat, leaving us to swim here, and when we did we found that the festival was completely abandoned, devoid of life. You were attacked by a dark spirit, Korra exclaimed. Dark spirit? You mean the spirits are pissed off? Why? Naruto asked with major confusion. It is because of this festival, Unalak said. It is a mockery to the spirits. Yeah, I call BS. Last time I checked, the spirits don't really care about the humans' festivals and celebrations, Naruto said. And how do you know that? Korra asked with curiosity, but still being suspicious of the blonde. 'Cause I've met some, and they told me themselves. I just said whatever when they told me, not like it was a bad thing, Naruto said with a shrug. You actually met spirits? Korra looked at him with shock. Yep, Naruto said with a dull look and his shoulders shrugging as he looked to the side with his eyes. Unalak was now intrigued with this boy. Not only did he save him, but he had made contact with real spirits. He could prove useful, Unalak thought. The guards grabbed all the kidnappers and started taking them away. Wait, Korra shouted as she ran up to the large man and unmasked him to see it wasn't her father. Anyone you know? Naruto asked. No, Korra said. Was my father with you? Korra asked the man. Tonrak didn't want to assist his people, so he chickened out, the man said. Smart move considering he's safe from a cell, Naruto said as the men were being taken away. Hey wait, where's my money? One of the shouted. My pouch of waterbending money's been stolen. Which one of you two guards took my money? Korra was confused as to what was up with the money problems, but then she turned towards Naruto and saw that he was crouched down and closing his duffel bag. Naruto smirked at the score he got. Sure, the vase was no more, but the cash he got from the kidnappers was a good consolation prize. Hey, what's in the bag? Korra asked as she made her way to Naruto. Just my stuff, and other things. Naruto said, standing up and trying to act cool. Korra then suddenly took his duffel bag and opened it, but screamed with fear as a fox kit's head popped out of the bag. I see you met Mamoru. Naruto said, taking the bag back from Korra. A fox kit, how cute, Korra said as she scratched Mamoru's chin, earning a cute smile from the fox kit. Yeah, he sure is, Naruto said, but then he lightly smacked himself in the forehead. Where are my manners? I just remembered I forgot to introduce myself, Naruto said as he extended his hands towards Korra. Naruto. Naruto introduced himself with a smirk. Korra looked at him with a smile and shook his hand. Naruto flew all the way towards the Eastern Air Temple. Apparently when he got to the Southern Air Temple, Tenzin and his family had left to the Eastern Air Temple, which annoyed him greatly, and the fact that everyone was bugging him with excited questions since they knew he was an airbender because of a letter that was sent to his fellow airbenders. He was busy reading a book about the temple. He was kind of interested, but when he saw the treasures that the temple had, he became very interested. Am I really going to steal from a place that my ancestors considered spiritual and beauty divine? Naruto asked himself. New generation, different lifestyle, Naruto said with a shrug. He then noticed what looked like the temple in the distance. Show time, I guess, Naruto said as he placed the book back into his duffel bag. Naruto saw Mamoru sleeping on the floor. Lazy little bastard, Naruto said with a smirk. Near Eastern Air Temple, Naruto parked the blimp a little away from the air temple so he wouldn't be spotted. He wasn't sure how the people would react if they saw him land in front of them, so he decided to land a little away from the people's line of sight. After waking Mamoru so the fox kid could hide within the bag, he made his way up the mountain towards the Eastern Air Temple. Eastern Air Temple. Naruto had made it to the temple and looked around as he saw some acolytes. Naruto decided to sneak around the temple, seeing as he doesn't want to get spotted and be bombarded with questions from acolytes again. No doubt they would go insane over there being another airbender who isn't related to Avatar Aang like the others did. As Naruto sneaked into the temple, he decided to search around and check out the ancient artifacts. Naruto managed to find some ancient vases and jewelry in some of the rooms he explored. He borrowed some of the jewelry, figuring no one would use them, as he explored more of the temple. As he continued to travel, he passed by a door which made him stop in his tracks as he walked back towards it. Naruto then noticed a name carved onto the door. Mito. Wait a minute, this is my great-grandma's name, Naruto thought as he then entered the room. He saw that it was a regular room, but then he noticed a book on a table. He grabbed it and opened it to see strange things he never heard of or seen before. Shinobi, Jutsu, Uzumaki, what the hell is this? Naruto questioned within his mind, but then he noticed a drawing of a necklace with a crystal gem attached to it. Wait a minute, isn't that? Naruto then opened his duffel bag and reached in it as he then grabbed something and took it out to reveal the same necklace. Naruto then grabbed the book as he read it. The necklace of the first Hokage. What's a Hokage, and why does it sound so familiar? Naruto thought. Naruto then put the necklace inside his pocket as he checked out more of the book, but then he stopped as he saw a drawing of the giant nine-tailed fox he saw from his dream back in Republic City. Kyuubi no Kitsune, Naruto thought as he stared at the page. One of the nine-tailed beasts. Naruto then closed the book as he stared at its untitled cover. This book may prove useful. Plus it is kind of my birthright if you think about it, Naruto thought. Suddenly something grabbed the book, making Naruto look up to see a dragonfly bunny spirit holding it from its mouth. What the hell? Naruto said as he stared at the spirit with surprise. The dragonfly bunny then flew out the room's window with the book still in its mouth. Hey! Naruto shouted as he grabbed his duffel bag and jumped out the window. Naruto then used his airbending skills to soften his fall as he then dashed after the spirit. As Naruto chased after the spirit, the acolytes saw him chasing after what they saw was a flying book. Among them was Bumi, who now thought that he saw everything. "Oh, I can't wait to tell the others about this," Bumi said as he made his way to where his family were. With Janora. Janora was playing with several of her new dragonfly bunny spirit friends in the garden as another came to her with a book. "What's this?" Janora asked as she grabbed the book from the dragonfly bunny spirit's mouth. "It's my birthright." Janora looked up only to gasp in shock as she saw the airbender from Republic City. "I'm guessing you can see the little guys too," Naruto said as he walked up to her. Janora just nodded dumbly as she blushed in his presence. Naruto then extended his hand to her, meaning that he wanted the book back. Janora then gave him his book as Naruto then opened it to make sure the spirit didn't mess it up, which thankfully it didn't. "You're the airbender that my family heard about," Janora said. "Depends, were there pictures that proved so?" Naruto asked. Janora answered with a nod. "Then yeah, that was me," Naruto said, closing the book. "Wow," Janora said, looking at him with awe. "So what are you doing here?" Janora asked. "Let's just say, you're not the only one who's encountered spirits by themselves," Naruto said. With Tenzin and his family. Tenzin and his family were spending some quality family time when suddenly Bumi walked in. "You guys won't believe what I had just seen. I just saw a flying book," Bumi said. Everyone just looked at him with disinterest. "Really?" Kya said. "Yep. Oh, and I also saw that blonde airbender from Republic City chasing after it." "Crazy day, huh?" Bumi said with a smile which gave everyone shocked looks upon their faces. With Janora and Naruto. "I've never heard of spirits called tailed beasts," Janora said, sitting on the grass as she stared at pictures of creatures called tailed beasts. "I don't even think my father ever heard of these spirits. I actually feel like I know them somehow, but I don't think I ever encounter anything relating to them before," Naruto said, leaning against a pillar. "So, are there any more airbenders out there?" Janora asked. Well, I guess I can spill from one airbender to another," Naruto said as Janora listened in carefully. "Yes. In fact there are 4 other airbenders out there. I should know. I used to live with them," Naruto said with a smirk. "Wow, more airbenders," Janora said with amazement. "So now my question, is Korra anywhere around here?" Naruto asked. "No, sorry," Janora said. "Dang," Naruto said. "But you're welcome to stay if you want. I'm sure my dad would want to meet you," Janora said with a smile. "Well, that giant furball did tell me to meet your father and learn the original ways of airbending," Naruto said as he rubbed his chin with his finger as he started thinking it over, but then he heard Janora giggle, which made him turn to her, making her stop and blush in embarrassment. "Sorry, it's just you called a spirit furball and it made me laugh," Janora said. Naruto laughed at this. "That's good to hear," Naruto said with a grin which made Janora smile. "See, I told you he was here." Naruto and Janora turned to see Bumi and Tenzin. "And look, Janora's with him and she has the book he was chasing," Bumi said. Tenzin made his way to Naruto, who got his back off of the pillar. "So you're Tenzin," Naruto said, "and you must be the airbender we've heard about from the letter." Tenzin said. "The one and only, I guess," Naruto said as he lifted up his fist for a fist bump, but Tenzin just looked at it with a raised eyebrow. "I'm guessing you never heard of a fist bump?" Naruto asked. "No," Tenzin said. "Oh," Naruto said, putting down his fist. Naruto and Tenzin just stared at each other for a moment, staying silent. The two then examined the other's clothing, seeing it to be distasteful to them. Well, this should be an interesting experience, Naruto and Tenzin thought. "Dad, Naruto wanted to ask you to teach him the original ways of airbending," Janora said. "So you never learn them?" Tenzin asked Naruto. "Nah, I mean my dad tried to teach me, but I was always used to airbending my own way," Naruto said with a proud smirk. "So you made your own way to airbend?" Bumi asked. "Pretty much," Naruto said with a shrug. "By the way, who's the guy who sort of reminds me of a monkey?" Naruto asked Tenzin, making Bumi pout and Janora giggling at the monkey remark. "That would be my brother Bumi, And yes, he kind of is like a monkey. Tenzin said, anyway, if you wish to learn the original ways of airbending then please follow me. Tenzin said as he turned and left with Naruto, Bumi and Jinora following, but before Naruto and Jinora left they turned to the dragonfly bunny spirits and waved goodbye to them. In a concrete training ground, Tenzin and Naruto stood in the middle of the training ground with Tenzin's family and air acolytes watching in wonder at what this new airbender was capable of. So what's the first step? Naruto asked as he placed his duffel bag on the floor. Because I know it has nothing to do with bringing the smack down to your enemies. Naruto said, crossing his arms. No, airbending is more of a defensive use against enemies. In fact, airbenders usually prefer evasive maneuvers instead of direct contact. Tenzin said, a lot of fun that is. Naruto thought sarcastically with a dull look on his face. Now, I believe we should start with the basics. Tenzin said, yeah, or, Naruto then lifted his legs up as he was now floating in a sitting position with his leg over the other and his hands behind his head. We can skip it and go to the fun stuff. I've always wanted learn how to properly do that air scooter thing. Naruto said with a smile. Such mastery of levitation, Tenzin said with amazement. Not bad, huh, but check this out, Naruto said as he then shot up into the sky and started flying around. Everyone looked at him in shock, but none more than Tenzin and Jinora. You're flying, Tenzin said. Yeah, can't you do it? Naruto asked as he descended as he rested his hands underneath his chin. No airbender has been able to do this, except for one. Tenzin said. Really? Who's the first? Naruto asked as he landed in front of Tenzin. Guru Legima. He was the one who discovered this ability. For the last 40 years of his life, he used his discovery of flight to stay in the air, untethered to the earth itself. Tenzin said, so I'm the only living guy who can do this? Nice. Naruto said with a proud smirk. I'm very shocked. I actually never believed this ability was even possible. I always thought the ability of flight was just a tall tale. Tenzin said, well I guess I proved you wrong. Naruto said with a cocky attitude. Oh and by the way, I bet I'm the first who can do this. Naruto said as he moved away from Tenzin and started concentrating on gathering wind around his entire body. The wind started to become fierce and intense and yet controlled, but what was most shocking was that the wind transformed into a dragon-made wind. Then in one swift motion, Naruto thrust his hand forward as the wind dragon flew from the direction of his fist. It flew into the sky with a fierce roar and then as it reached high into the sky, Naruto clenched his hand into a fist. It exploded into a huge sphere of fierce wind for a few moments before it vanished. Made up that technique myself. Naruto said with a smirk as he placed his hands on his hips. Everyone looked at Naruto with shock and awe. Wow, Jinora, Ikki and Milo said in amazement. Incredible. Tenzin said breathlessly as he stared up into the sky. So it's obvious that I don't need the basics. Naruto said turning to Tenzin. Flashy and impressive moves aren't enough. Tenzin said, oh come on. Naruto said as he then did an underhand swing which led to a blade of wind rode against the floor until it hit a pillar leaving a scar in it. I know my bending can also be an extension of my body, so let's just get down to the original airbending stuff. Well, the original airbending stuff, as you call it, is almost purely defensive. Tenzin said, ignoring the fact that Naruto harmed a piece of the temple even though it irritated him. Huh, well, defense is never usually my thing. I'm more of a man who goes in for the direct approach. Naruto said, just like Korra. Tenzin thought with some sadness and dread. But I guess since a spirit told me to learn this stuff then I guess I got no choice. Naruto said, you talked to a spirit? Tenzin asked with shock. Yeah, he told me to come here and I quote, find the bald mama's boy Tenzin and learn the original ways of airbending from him. Naruto said. Bumi then laughed out loud as Kya giggled while Tenzin felt annoyed and disappointed. Bald mama's boy, it fits. Ha 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 ha. Bumi said as he continued to laugh. Anyway, besides pure defense, What else is there to original airbending? Naruto asked. Well, there's meditation, Tenzin said. Ah crap, Naruto said with distraught. Something wrong? Tenzin asked, not liking Naruto's choice of words, especially in front of his children. I'm not really one for meditation, Naruto said, and the reason why, back when I was young I was always considered the energetic, little fast-talking, loudmouth idiot who couldn't stay still or keep quiet for more than a minute. In a way, not much has changed, Naruto confessed. Sounds like someone we know, Pema said as she, Milo and Jinora looked at Ikki. What? Ikki questioned as she noticed the looks she was getting from her family. Well, if you really want to learn the original ways of airbending, then you must learn meditation. It is an essential part of airbending, Tenzin said. Aw man, Naruto said. Mamoru then came out of the duffel bag and yawned, gaining everyone's attention. You really like sleeping a lot, don't ya, Mamoru? Naruto said. Later in the afternoon, Naruto got the defensive thing down easily since he was so used to using his bending in combat, but when it came to meditation he still was having some problems. Naruto said, sitting in a lotus position as his fists put together in between his legs. He then felt his nose tickle, but then he regained concentration. As Naruto concentrated, he then felt something climbed onto his head as a tail started tickling his nose. He tried to concentrating, but the tail was too much for him as he then shook his head. Son of A-, please, don't finish that sentence, Tenzin said. Everyone was in a part of the temple, the one where Tenzin's family was staying when Korra came in, as they relaxed while Tenzin observed Naruto's progress while Mamoru tried to advance his best friend's training a bit by trying to mess up his concentration. Get off my head, you orange rat, Naruto exclaimed as he tried swatting at Mamoru, who jumped off of his head. How was that? Naruto asked. Better, but still needs work, Tenzin said. Damn. Naruto cursed. Language, Tenzin said. I grew up in the street without a parent or legal guardian for most of my life, get used to the colorful language, Naruto said, making Tenzin sigh. Maybe we should take a break, Tenzin said. Sounds good to me, Naruto said, standing up and making his way to the nearest table where Tenzin's kids were. As Naruto sat down, he sighed as he grabbed his duffel bag, which was placed near the table, and reached in to grab a can of soda. After taking it out and opening it, Naruto was about to drink from it, but then he saw Tenzin's kids looking at him with smiles and eyes of wonder. Hi, Naruto said. Hi, I'm Ikki. What's your name? Are you really a criminal? Are you a master airbender? Are there more airbenders out there? Who's the fox? And do you have a girlfriend? Ikki introduced herself as she then bombarded Naruto with questions. Hi, I'm Naruto. Pretty much, but I'm more of an outlaw. I can't really answer that last one with a fact, but in opinion, hell yes. Sadly yes, there are others. The fox is my best friend and partner Mamoru. And that last one, hard to say, but let's leave it at most likely, Naruto said, answering Ikki's questions as he sipped his can of soda. Ikki whined at that last one, making the other three young benders look at her with a raised eyebrow. I mean, yeah, I'm so happy for you, Ikki said with fake joy. So now I know the girls of the group, so who are you, mini-man? Naruto asked Milo. I'm no mini-man, Milo exclaimed as he puffed out his chest. I'm a real man. Suddenly Naruto laughed at this. Sorry, it's just you kind of remind me of my stupid older brother, Naruto said with a smile as he scratched the back of his head. Not that you're stupid, mini-man. I'm not a mini-man. I'm Milo, and you're going to respect me, Milo said with gusto. Well, it's nice to meet you, Milo, Naruto said. You have an older brother. Is he an airbender too? Jinora asked. Yeah, he is, Naruto said, remembering his elder brother as he sipped from his soda. Wow, do you have any other siblings? Jinora asked. Just a twin sister. I was born before her though, Naruto said. And she's an airbender too? Ikki asked. Yeah, that bossy bookworm, Naruto said, remembering his twin. Bossy bookworm? Jinora questioned. Did you even get along with your brother and sister? Ikki asked. Sometimes, but they were usually a pain. Naruto said. How so? Jinora asked. Well, my twin was always the smart one, always reading books and stuff, but she was always reserved, calm, clear-headed, serious, and Mom always called her the most mature and responsible of us three, but she seemed always mean and bossy to me. Naruto said, remembering his sister. I know exactly what you mean. Ikki said with a smile as she rested her face on her hands while Jinora looked at her with narrowed eyes, knowing she was referring to her. And yet can be as unpredictable as, well, I don't know, something unpredictable. I know exactly what he means. Tenzin thought. And my brother, an enthusiastic, super energetic goofball who disrupts anything calm. He's comical, but rambunctious. This caused Ikki and Jinora to look at Milo, who was picking his nose. I will admit he was brave though, but he was basically a wild child who had dreams of becoming part of the United Forces, even though he always acted like the youngest of us, telling tall tales about the awesome things he's done. Naruto said, causing Tenzin and Kya to look at Bumi, who was picking at his teeth. Those two were a pain in my neck. It sounds like they were nice though. Jinora said with a smile. Yeah, when they weren't making fun of me. Naruto said, narrowing his eyes to the side. What did they think of you? Ikki asked. An energetic, overly hyperactive, talkative loudmouth who couldn't stop moving for a second or even keep quiet at all. Naruto said. Sounds like someone I know. Jinora said, looking at Ikki. Ikki noticed the look, which made her narrow her eyes at her sister as she blew a raspberry at her elder sister. So did they like you or not? Milo asked. I don't think they did. Naruto said. Why not? Ikki asked. Because Dad always spent time with me and not them. Naruto said, earning not only the three airbender siblings' attention, but Tenzin, Bumi and Kya's, who were shocked at hearing this. Why did he always spend time with you? Milo asked. Because I discovered my airbending powers when I was 3. Naruto said. 3? Jinora exclaimed with shock. That's incredible. That's what caught my dad and grandma's attention. Naruto said as he remembered his father.